And welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. I don't know if that's Shania Hayles there, but it's definitely influencing them. I've got Mr. Joe, aka Kenja, representing Bartle. Was it number 5? It is 5, isn't it?
Number two. Number two.
Oh, she's gonna kill me now. I've said that now. Jodie Bartle. Explain yourself. Why you got sunglasses on?
So Amanda was out on a little trip, and she found these for us the other day, and that was pretty cool. And as soon as she showed us them the day, I was like, "Yeah, that's a total Shania Hayles swagger." So I'm going to be wearing these on match days and stuff, and hopefully getting a bit of a swaggerous picture with Hayles. Hayles, you've been warned. But yeah, and obviously the Jodie Bartle top. I told Jodie earlier on in the season that I'm going to try and break my curse this season because I don't know if everyone knows, but I've got a curse. So is Emmy. So for the last 2 seasons, for the last 3 seasons, Emmy got Jane Holland on her top. Jane Holland left that season. Emmy got Bridget Galloway on her top. Bridget Galloway left that season. Now she's got Katie Barker. So come on. And I had Naomi Bedeau last season, and obviously we all know what happened with Naomi Bedeau. And now I've got Jodie Bartle. So Jodie, Katie, yous are sticking around for a long time yet. Yous aren't leaving any time soon because my curse is about to be broken. So
Fingers crossed, yeah. Just for anybody that's listening on the audio, Joe's wearing sunglasses. And anybody who's seen The Last Word the other day, it now looks like we've got 2 members of blind mice. We just need a third one. as Carl was wearing tinted glasses the other day, now we've got Joe. We just need a third. Then we'll have the 3 blind mice. Champion. We are live, so if you're watching the rerun, you'll see your comment appear next to me and Joe. If you're listening to the audio, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for streaming or downloading the audio. And we've got a packed fun hour. Lots of nice graphics if you're watching on YouTube. We hate blank live streams. Me and Joe, we talk about it off camera all the time. We like to make it interactive for you. A lot of stuff, a little bit of a fun quiz in there. And of course, we'll respond to your live chat as well if you are watching. However, like the video, we do appreciate that. We're going to start with the fun quiz. It's something that we introduced 2 weeks ago. And we've got 3 clues and we will reveal the answer later on. I'm going to get Joe to read out the first clue for everyone at home.
So the first clue is clue number 1. Who am I? I have appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times. Not just once. This person has appeared a few times.
And if anyone's wondering what do you mean, it's someone who has some sort of affiliation with Newcastle United Women. It's not the men. So someone, I mean, this could be anybody. It could be a supporter. It could be a player. It could be a manager. It could be an ex-player, an ex-coach. More shall be revealed a little bit later, but do get your guesses in. I've appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times.
There's plenty of options there. It could be Matt Walby. It could be Bernie. It could be Grace Donnelly. It could be Beth Guy. It could be Jane Holland. Could be Lauren Robson. There's plenty.
I see what you did there. So thank you very much for that. And of course, we're going to reflect on Newcastle's opening game of the season. So we'll dissect it. We've got now the beauty about being in the Championship is you can get some stats and analytics and all this sort of stuff now. Finally, so we do have some to go through. We've got my mini match report, which I did for the Pink. And then we'll also, as I say, go through some of the analytics and check on the league table as we go along. We've got the analysing the goals, which is a good 5-minute video. We'll go back to the clues. We'll look at Alicia Body signing the contract as well, which is a big thing, and it's the longest extension to any Newcastle United women's player on a pro contract. Of course, we'll check out the other results last weekend. Me and Joe go ahead again for the starting 11 once more.
1-0. 1-0 to you, isn't it?
1-0 to me, yeah. We'll cover that later, how many you got wrong. Not right. Tributes to Colin this weekend as well. We'll touch upon that, and as well as this game is being streamed on Newcastle United's YouTube. And of course, we'll reveal who am I. Thomas has got the first comment in. Well done, Thomas. Thank you for that. Joel, Sibley, and Hayward looking strong. Not sure about fairness yet. Barker is not the same player on the right. We missed Stubbs, Watt, Kelly, and Greenwood. London were pretty good though. Yes, we will talk about that. We're going to jump straight to that actually now. Joe, I'm going to show a video for people who are watching with the lineup. Were you surprised by any of the inclusions?
There was a 1 or 2 where I was a bit like, oh, that's interesting. When Rachel Furness got the start, I was like, I didn't expect that. I mean, I thought she might have came in on like a sort of a second half. Obviously, I was a bit surprised at Demi Stokes because I didn't expect Demi Stokes to start, but I mean, big mistake by me there. But yeah, it wasn't too surprising. The midfield and the forward positions were I think anyone could have predicted. You'd see Hayles, you'd see Body, Amy Andrews. Obviously, she's going to be with me number 9 this season. She's obviously going to start in the first game. Like, it was a pretty solid one that I think most people could have predicted. Obviously, not me.
No, we will come to that later. Don't worry, I'm going to hound you for that later. I'm going to put up the lineups for both of the teams so everybody at home can have a look at that. Look at that.
That's looking good.
It is looking good. We can get both the lineups on there. Of course, a lot of the debate and expected, Joe, was would Becky go back to 4 at the back? Now, this graphic has 3 at the back. I don't necessarily think that's fully true, but Demi Stokes was bombing on that left-hand side quite a bit. For me, do you think was a 4 at the back?
I think it was a sort of 4 at the back was the reset position. You know, anytime that we need to go back to basics, we went to the 4 at the back, and whenever we were doing a push or trying to put some pressure on the ball, we were switching to a 3 with, like you say, Demi running up the wing a lot. I think 4 at the back is going to be the sort of standard bearer for this season. Going to be the one that we'll go back to a lot.
Yeah, I think it is interesting that because we're up against quality opposition. Obviously, we talked about in the build-up Aslani for a number of weeks on social media and video, and obviously she was very impressive, got a goal, which we'll talk about and analysing the goals. And I thought Lindstrom was pretty a handful as well. Her assist was quite incredible. But you look at the ratings. Now, these ratings are not from us. I must stress this is from a third-party site that's given the ratings. Do you think any of these are fair?
I think some of them aren't showing a fair representation of the game, and I mean that for both sides actually. Like for instance, for me, putting Aslani as a 7.5 with Lindstrom as a 7.4, I disagree with that massively. Diana Cooper, Leah Cataldo, I think they should be higher. I think Rachel Furness, Katie Barker should be a little bit higher. Jasmine McQuaid at a 7.2, and not to diss Jazz. Everyone knows I love Jazz to bits. I think Jazz was feeling it more of a 7, and I think some other people who've been rated lower, like, could be more in for a shout. Hayles, for instance, at a 6.9. I would have had Hayles at the 7.2 at least, and Jasmine McQuaid at a 6.97. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Shania definitely didn't play up top because that graphic's got Shania up top, so we got that a little bit wrong for that. And it's SofaScore if you're wondering who we used for this graphic. And
call them out.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've got the goalkeeper as the best, Claudia Munna. Don't get me wrong, she did everything right, gathering everything perfectly fine, but I don't think necessarily, I think she was a steady 7, but to be our best player, I don't disagree on that. But that was your 2 lineups on there as well. Obviously, we know that London City Lionesses have heavily invested, and there was a lot of build-up to it, Joe, wasn't it? That this is like an early season, not title decider, or it's more of a case of, look, these are 2 clubs that are investing heavily in wages or transfers. We're doing it on wages, like London City Lionesses. I mean, they're buying players out of contracts from other clubs.
Yeah,
mental. They're bringing people from the US League, which is up there with the WSL. They're getting players from loan from WSL and bringing them down, and it was billed as like, watch out for these 2 clubs.
We're the big fishes in the pond, so to speak, aren't we? We're the ones who are like, you know, I mean, for lack of a better word, we're the big money clubs now in the championship. But for me, it's more than that. It's not about the big money, because like, you look at us, we've invested a lot over time in the women's club, whereas London City Lionesses have sort of, I always forget the owner's name, new owner's name, but they've come in and they've just sort of went, right, he has loads of money, just shell it in, just upgrade everything instantly, and within about a year and a half, 2 years, they have just dramatically changed. So, and it's about that investment in the infrastructure of the women's game. So it's good to see 2 clubs that are being focused on for what we've done. Remember, you heard Andy Cook, and I keep repeating this point about how the message he would play to the lasses was, we are here to make a point of going full time to the whole country, not just to the north. The whole country needs to know this is worth it. And when you see London City Lionesses versus Newcastle United Women, and they do what they do, and we're able to put a draw together in a quite a good match as well, quite a good game of football, tactically speaking. it's rightfully so that everyone's eyes are on them two clubs, and I'm looking forward to the reverse fixture later on. I think that's a point in time where we're going to look and go, maybe we should be investing in the stadium a bit more and with infrastructure at grounds, because we've done the players, we've done the training, we've done that sort of stuff. It's now the grounds.
It is. It was a very competitive, very much enjoyable watch for probably even for the neutral, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've got a few stats on. We'll read this out for people on the audio. So obviously, this is great having stats as we talked about because we couldn't get this in the lower leagues. Possession's very similar. It's 50-50. And again, we're using SofaScore for this as well. Expected goals, Newcastle were expected to score more. I don't know what anyone's thoughts on the XG is, but we were expected to score more. Shots are similar, 8 each. Keeper, obviously, Newcastle's were made into a lot more, but I don't think they were like, when I say saves, they're not like defined match saves. A lot of them were straight at Claude Amon. Fouls are very similar. Corners, we had a lot more of them, especially I think it was first half. I'm sure it was first half, we had a lot more because I think Shania Hayles should have scored. She had basically a tap in. Unbalanced and she just had 2 bites at the cherry. And I don't know how she's not scored. She's on screen and passes. Obviously, the home side had a little bit more of that, and tackles very similar, free kicks very similar. So the stats don't lie. I don't feel you shouldn't read everything into stats, but they're very similar, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't read too much into stats. Sorry, Matt Walby. But no, appreciate Matt for what he did for the stats last season. No, it's one of those where, like I said before, tactically speaking, this has been it's been a really, really enjoyable game. I really enjoyed watching it myself. I love the tactics of football. I like a game where you see two teams changing a lot. There was a lot of position changes. You know, Shania Hayles was playing in different places a few times in the game. Body was playing attacking midfield, central defensive midfield, and sometimes she was dropping back to left back. So it was a very strong tactical game, and the stats, I think they're bang on. The expected goals point, I think maybe they've got that the wrong way around, because I think personally for me, and I said this before going into the game, even before the match, I expected London City Lionesses to score 2, and the fact they didn't, I think the expected goals was more on their side. Sorry to burden the badge.
Yeah, I think obviously they hit the woodwork, didn't they, before the goal, didn't they? We will talk about the goals because we are going to bring on the analysing the goals and stuff. But you mentioned obviously shot there. We'll put up the next graphic, which is obviously London City on the left-hand side where they've had their shots, and Newcastle on the right-hand side. This does include both first half and second half. Just around the penalty box, you see where Newcastle have scored. That is highlighted. Obviously, Shania Hayles, you can see where the ball was played to, and that's where she scored. And obviously, Eslani for the home side as well, when she was free. But a few shots from outside the box. We've seen Alicia Body go close, didn't we, towards the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see a bit more of that Alicia Body.
Got it in a lot,
long range as she has. I love a long range shot, and anyways, big free kicks and stuff. But when she banged that, I was like, whoa, what a dream goal that would have been. Like it was phenomenal. But yeah, we're trying a lot of chances outside the box, which, to be devil's advocate, when we've got Amy Andrews, who for me looks like very much like an Alan Shearer style finisher, where you get the ball into the box and she just puts 1 or 2 touches and bangs it in, or even just first touch in the goal. I was a bit shocked that we didn't utilise that a bit more. I know London City were very good on the marking and such, but yeah, it was a lot more long range shots from both sides as well.
Because that London City have got 5 just inside the box, and we've only got the 3. So obviously it's a tough opposition. I think this is one of the teams that going away from home, you're getting a point. You mentioned Amy Andrews. I don't think she got much of a sniff, to be honest with you.
Nah, same. I agree with that. I think I know there's been a few people who've said online like, "Oh, we're not impressed at the minute with that." Obviously one game, no one's down in that at all yet. But for me, it was just a matter of like, okay, we've seen what you can do in pre-season. We know that, and you've come to this first game, and I just think it's a matter where London City Lionesses had some brilliant marking and defending on the pitch. Yeah, she wasn't getting much chances to get much in, and obviously when we're taking long shots so much, it's not really ideal for her. But I'd agree. You were there though. What do you think?
Yeah, well, since you mentioned that, I did a little match report for the Pink, didn't I? So let's have a look at what I said literally as full-time whistle had blown. London City Lionesses 1, Newcastle United 1, an opening day fixture, and it's a great spectacle for women's sport. London City Lionesses are heavily backed. They've got new management, new ownership, new training ground, and they've moved into Bromley FC. Whereas Newcastle United are just as equally as ambitious, with the likes of Demi Stokes and Rachel Furness signing over the summer and plenty more. But however, the game ended in a 1-1 draw. It was I would probably say it's a fairly even game. And Newcastle did get off to a fantastic start through, on her debut, Shania Hayles getting in close to put it Newcastle 1-0 up. And then the Swede, their star striker that they signed over the summer, Slani, was unmarked as the London City Lionesses broke through and of course squared it to the Swede, who puts it in to equalise 1-1. But it's a bit of a feisty game. I think both sides look at it and think we might have been able to nick it. Newcastle did have a chance in that second half where it was like, oh, is it in? Is it in? We couldn't see at the other end of the ground here. But obviously London City Lionesses look a little bit dangerous at times. But in all, looking at it, first game of the season, a point each. I think it's a good start for Newcastle. Obviously with the double promotion, they've got now next weekend off because Newcastle were meant to play Reading, but obviously they've dropped out the league altogether. So we'll keep an eye on the results for you next weekend and see how the women's football gets on. But loads in attendance, absolutely loads of Geordies down here, outnumber on the home side once again on the way travels. Brilliant. But as I say, here at Hayles Lane, it's finished. London City Lionesses 1, Newcastle United Women 1. Joe, do you agree with that?
Yes, to an extent. Obviously, there's a few people who know, and I talked about this on the All for Woeful podcast I was on. I was a little bit more critical of a couple of players and I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm not going to play much into that, but I wanted a bit more from a couple of players, and I felt like if I had to give that bit more, we might have been winning that match. The start of the second half, we really showed a bit of finesse, a better passing, better chance creation. It was really getting me excited, and there was a couple of times where there was just like maybe someone making a run and they weren't putting everything into the run, or we just weren't in key. Someone wasn't where they should have been. I was like, come on, lasses, you know better. But I mean, a week on, 2 weeks on, sorry, I put it down to like nerves of stepping into this league and stepping up to a big. Doesn't matter how players who have been here before, they're going to feel the energy around the camp. They're going to feel that. They're going to feel the other lasses who are anxious about this. They're excited to go. They're ecstatic and they can't wait to go. But I do agree with the goal analysis he gave for London City though. Like it was a hard one to concede for it, but Lindelof's assist. I don't think enough people are talking about it.
Yeah. It's class.
Lindstrom, yes. Lindstrom's assist is just unbelievable. It's phenomenally done. And I think more people should be talking about her. More people should be talking about her. Really should be.
I do agree. I have to agree with Thomas's in the live chat. Keep your comments coming in. We want your comments coming in. Read them out. The substitutions brightened. I thought Izzy was brilliant. Sibley, I thought she was class. Movement, and obviously Hayward, I think she played two positions. Was on the left hand side. Then at one point she was up top. Do you agree that sparked a little bit of, I wouldn't say life, but a little bit of freshness above it? And there's options for Becky in future games.
So one big thing for me, and it was one when it comes to it later on in our lineups that I almost put into the starting lineup. And I've seen a few people online talking about Sibley saying, she didn't show enough. For me, when Sibley stepped onto that pitch, she showed something different. She reminded us of that Anna Soulsby energy that used to come on, in that second half when we really need a bit more energy pumped into the team. Our runs were great, our touches are brilliant. She's not scared of going in for an attack. She doesn't care if she's not the biggest lass out there, and she's not scared about going in for a challenge with anyone. I'm really excited after her coming on and making that substitution. I'm really excited to see Isabella Sibley play this season. And I do think when the subs came on, it proved something that we're going to have over a few teams in this league. We are going to have, and it's something, if you ask me, and people might want to clip this up if they want to, I think Newcastle United Women have a better quality of depth than Newcastle United Men right now. I think Newcastle United Men's drop-off is massive, and Newcastle United Women's drop-off it's barely visible. We have a great bench and set of players right now, and that was proven on Sunday for us to go out. And I thought London City Lionesses would destroy us in the second half out of experience, out of the structure they've got, and they didn't. Our substitutes came on and showed that we've got a very strong two teams here. Becky Langley is in a very good position. And I mean, before any of that, which manager would love to be in the position of having this current league's best goalkeeper and the last league's best goalkeeper to pick from? That is a beautifully hard decision. It's unreal.
I'm going to put it on the spot then. Who was the best player on the pitch, first of all? And who was the best new signing that impressed you?
Best new signing who impressed us, Hayles, hands down.
Even though she probably should have, she should have scored our rebound.
She should have scored a rebound. I will not lie that, and I was gutted that she didn't. But the rest of her presence on the pitch for me was second to none.
Stretched the defence and the pace.
Yeah, she reminds us of like what a lot of people would call like sort of like them annoying wingers you get, where they're just coming at you and they're putting balls around you and they're getting into spaces you don't want them to get into. You can't catch them. Hayles really impressed me, and the best player on the pitch for Newcastle. It's a hard one because I want to instantly say Alicia Body, but I don't think she gave her best showing. I think she had a good game, no lie, but I don't think she gave her best showing. I'm probably going to have to say, it's going to be Shania Hayles again.
Shania, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stick with Shania Hayles on both of them. I can't really compare anyone else who impressed us as much, other than maybe Alicia Body.
I'm probably torn between Jazz spells during the game, because that's a big step up going from basically youth development, tier 4, tier 3, and now tier 2.
Yeah.
And she was getting around them. Obviously, she created the goal with a high pressing. She caused the panic. I thought she was decent. I actually thought Claudia, for everything that she did, all the little bits and bobs, just looked very assured of a goalkeeper. She's more fuller as well, if that makes, in terms of a size. Figure as well. She looks like she's grown into the role physically as well. She looks like a proper goalkeeper. She's not like skinny or anything, or she's tall. So I thought she was good at everything, the small things that she did in terms of distribution, collecting. Me and Dave were winding her up after the game. She'd come over and said hello to the fans and everything. And we were going, Moni is a Geordie, la 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 la. Hey, and she's just, honestly, Dave will be watching this. Causey, I'm sure Causey was there as well. He's in the comments now. And she just blushed. She just went proper blush and didn't know where to put herself, bless her. So I'll probably say those two. I'm really intrigued to see how Claudia plays in goal this season. And I think it's very, very unlucky on Grace, unfortunately, that she's got competition like this. So, I would say those two. Go to your comments. Keep them coming in. Thomas has said she's simply the best. Better than all the rest.
That's
God.
A shout. That's a shout. That is a shout. She's simply the best. That's better than all the rest.
That's very much a Johnny Greenwood's pun, that, mind you. Thomas, I'm not having that. Jazz was unplayable. There you go, Thomas. You've redeemed yourself there, Thomas. You have. Cozy's in the comments. I agree with Thomas and Lee. Sibley was the big game hanger. Did you say that? For me, anything was going to happen. She looked like she was a catalyst. Controversial ending. She won that corner. That never was. Yeah, the ref blew when we had a corner. Now, technically, when the ball goes out of play, you can't blow. As soon as the ball's kicked, fine, no bother. It's no bother. But if the ball's out of play, you've got to allow that corner to come in. Body was also an outstanding player for me. I think the new signings, Cooper was superb, says Cozy. And Thomas has gone on to say, I agree, Hayles was great, but very one-footed and really bad misses. She should have scored them without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the league table. After the first round of fixtures, with Becky there in shot, and obviously you can't read too much into it after one game, I don't feel, but Birmingham City 5, Sunderland 0. That was probably, for me, the eye-opener result for me. Do you agree, Joseph?
Massively so. Sunderland, and I say this through gritted teeth, Sunderland were in contention for the title and promotion to the Super League last season. They have opened on their first day and been hammered 5-0 by Birmingham City, who by no means Birmingham City ain't a weak team. There's not a weak team realistically in this. It's hard to pick one in this league. But Sunderland getting hammered 5-0, that was a big eye opener, and
It was like,
a lot of people turned around and said that it's because we stole Sunderland's goalkeeper. And I mean, whether that's a factor or not, I think a goalkeeper isn't to blame for 5 goals. Like, where's your defence at, lads and lasses?
yeah.
Where's your midfielders at? You know, come on, what's going on there? Where's your possession? Where's your tackles? Nah, I think it's a. I mean, obviously we've seen the more recent results, which I'm sure we'll talk about soon. And Sunderland are. They're showing something about this league, like they're showing.
Yeah, we will come to the second round. Obviously, there's only 11 teams, so one team has to miss out every week, and Newcastle's was last week, which we'll come on to shortly. But travel issues were all over the place. Never seen now. Like, I have to bring it up because everybody that went down there just had issues after issues. I can't remember not seeing anyone who didn't have a travel issue. I flew down. I thought, no, I'm going to fly down, and it took. I was with Kev. Kev was on my flight, and Emma and Sarah, I think, was on my flight, and it just took 2 hours to get there. It was absolute joke. And Dave and Lorraine, who are pictured in front of us, they, we've only just got here. We've turned up 65 minutes. I've been stuck in traffic.
Why didn't the delay kick off?
He turned up. We got a big, massive round of applause. That was funny, but it was everyone, just the travel. It's just situated in such. It's not technically London, really, where they play. It's just past it, and I'm just pleased that that's out the way. And Joe, you don't have to do that because that was stressful. I was voice noting you one. What time did I get back? Had all the carry on with the planes. People have had carry ons with buses. People have had carry on with trains. I mean, I've never had nout like it where I've got on a plane and they can't fix the stairs to the plane to get off the plane. I've never had nout like that. And all the times I fly, and then coming back that same night, my flight was already delayed. And then getting on the plane, we had to have a tyre change in an airport, which I've never heard of. And then they brought the wrong tyre out. And then I go back and get another. It's just.
I'd really get me off this plane right now. I'll walk home.
I was over the moon when I got back to Newcastle. It was freezing cold, raining. I thought, I love this. I voice noted you, didn't I? Went, absolutely wrote this. I think I voice noted everyone back there. But the travel, well done, everybody. Showed our support because London City Lionesses have been a little bit sneaky with their marketing this week, telling everybody to come to the ground because they had 1,800 there and they didn't even say none of it was Newcastle, which a large chunk was, to be honest with you.
They acknowledged it on Instagram. Someone did. I don't know if you've seen that, but someone did message them on Instagram to give them a little bit of fair dues, and said, thanks to all the Geordies. And they went, yeah, we always appreciate your away support. Thank you for bringing it. We can't wait to see you later in the season. It's like, yeah, we'll show you again. I think, just to talk about the attendance for a second, I think that for me proves that once again we are going to take over this league.
I agree. That for me is probably the hardest game to get to because Portsmouth and Southampton are just straight there. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go through like a major city, one of the biggest cities in the world, where it's overcrowded to get there and traffic galore. You can just get a Portsmouth and go straight down. I think that was probably the hardest. I think Charlton would be a lot easier to get to, even though it's London, but that was a joke. But the tenders, I totally agree. For being past London, there's like 800, 900 Geordies there. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible.
Can I just hold up a second? I just want to check something with Causey since I can see he's in the chat. Causey, since you're talking about her, give us the go-ahead that I can sing it on stream, mate. Let you continue.
Could I also speak with causes with like 2, 3 people? I'll read Thomas's comment out and then we'll go at the second clue for Who Am I? So what do you guys think about the defence? I thought they were really shaky. No woman for woman tracking, but great last ditch tackles by Watt and Greenwood. I don't know about shaky. I think you've got to look at who we're up against a little bit as well. At times where, especially first half, Demi was very high pushed up, and that's a tactic comes from the management because that comes from there, and that's how we got the goal conceded. And she's out of position. Obviously, Elisa gives the ball away, and but a couple of other times where they hit the woodwork were stretched as well. I don't know about shakiness. I think it's the styling. Look at high pressing in particular in the first half. That's how we got the goal. So you could look at it as a pro as well. For me, and he's gone out and say body stands out. Big hitter. Agree with Joe though. Body was a bit below par. Who am I then? Go for it, but forever credit me. Do you want to do that now?
I will do it on now. Causey
Had there. Bear with me. Bear with me.
roar. I'm a bear with you. Roar. What would you rather be, in the woods with me or a bear? Let's look into that one.
I'll give you a big intro there.
Right. So this is from Causey. Ooh, baby, do you know what she's worth? Alicia Body is the best on earth. Adopted Geordie, she's just what we need. She's gonna take us to the Super League. Yes, Causey. That is a banger, mate. That is a banger. Oh, love that. So yeah,
Britain's Got Talent right there, everyone. Right there.
Now, who am I? Other than an idiot.
Oh, it's getting clipped up that. Right. I don't know on WhatsApp if he's watched that. He's going to have your life.
Is he?
Who am I? Back to clue 1. Joe, go on, read it out.
Clue 1. Who am I? I have appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times.
Yes.
Now, clue number 2.
Clue number 2, we will bring it up now for you.
Newcastle United Women. This could be player, this could be staff, this could be fans. This is a current staff or player who supports Newcastle United. So that rules out Matt Walby. Sorry, that rules out Causey. I'm sorry, that rules out Beth Guy. That rules out also Aslani. That rules out Lindstrom. That rules out Pep Guardiola. It rules out a lot, but it narrows it down to players or staff who are currently at the club and support Newcastle United. Who do you think?
Who do you think at home? And if you're watching the rerun, get your comments in. Clue 1 is I've appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times. Clue 2, either a current staff member, there's the clue maybe there, or player, maybe that's a clue, who supports Newcastle United. You will know the person. Put it that way. Joe has put his sunglasses back on. I definitely don't think it's Shania Hayles. I think we can safely say we can rule her out of that because you've got your sunglasses on. Unless she's a secret Newcastle fan. Who knows? Who knows? But we're going to wrap up this first half of the show by going into a little bit more of the goals, and we'll see if Joe agrees with some of the comments that I've made. We should be back very, very shortly in about 5 minutes. London City Lionesses have the ball. We have circled Jazz McQuaid because without this press, and this has to be also credit to Becky Langley and the coaching staff, because without the press, Newcastle simply don't score this goal here. So you can see Lioness is looking and saying, look, I want the ball, give me the ball, because they're in a little bit of a danger zone. However, you can see also that Katie Barker is running towards the defender, but also Amy Andrews has another part of their defence covered with a pressing as well. But if we move the slide on, you have to say this goal is also huge credit to Jazz McQuaid, because yes, I've mentioned the press, but it's Jazz McQuaid who steals the ball back, and as she starts to run forward, she's thinking, right, okay, I'm going to have a few options here. So you can see Alicia Body is making a move forward, so she can slide it, hold the ball up and play Alicia in if she wants to, but she's also got Amy Andrews running through. You can also slide it into her. But on the far side over here, who have circled Shania, is also free. So Jazz has got a few options here. But we've also got to take into consideration in this shot, you can't say Lioness's defender. She's out of shot at the moment, but she's going to come in. Because you would just think, like, Jazz can just either play Amy in or she just run forward. But remember, the defender is out of shot, but she's coming into shot now, as you can see. So Jazz makes the decision, do you know what? I'm going to play it out wide to Shania. Jazz makes that pass into Shania now. And Shania has the ball, and Shania's thinking, right, I'm going to control it and then take a touch. And of course, that sets panic into their defence, because the defender's got to get out and stop that shot coming through. Now, Shania actually has quite a heavy touch, which allows almost the Lioness defender to try and tackle her, but she sticks her left foot out. Goalkeeper gets a touch, but it goes into the back of the net. And as I say, Newcastle's high pressing and also Jazz's work rate, nicking the ball back. And of course, Shania's finish helps Newcastle go 1-0 up, which sends the away fans into raptures. And a vocal away fan, I must say. And the support, by the way, was absolutely incredible, outnumbering the home fans. And let's get on to their goal with a little bit of constructive criticism here. So Newcastle have lost the ball. Alicia tries to play a ball through. It's blocked, and Demi Stokes actually wins a tackle, and it goes to their midfield. Now, you think nothing of it as of yet. However, we do have Demi and Alicia circled here. But if we move on to the next clip, where the Lionesses have now got a bit of a counter-attack, because unfortunately, and it's unlucky that Rachel Furness can't stop that, and Aslani has now got this space frame with Circle Rachel. It's just unfortunate. You can't really point the finger at Rachel and say it's your fault there. You can't. It's just unfortunate she hasn't got a foot in. And that now makes Aslani free. However, we have circled Demi Stokes because now it leaves Newcastle a little bit vulnerable, because Demi's so far in advance up the pitch, it's left a bit of a gap on the counter. We've got Potsy here. Now, Potsy's got a player behind her, so she's obviously keeping an eye on what's happening behind her, because that could be a ball through on the wing. But Potsy's eye line can see that Aslani is now moving forward, and Potsy's got to make a decision. So as the play develops here, Aslani's now decided, you know what, I'm going to make a pass into the channels. Potsy's obviously had to come across to try and stop her, but she's just left her player, and she had to. She's got no option to try and close down Aslani. Aslani now makes the pass through. It's going to cause a bit of a headache for Newcastle, because we're up against it here. Now, the next part, Lindstrom, who we've circled, is up against Deanna Cooper. So as we know, Aslani's playing the ball through, and we've also got, just out of shot here, Leah Cataldo also circled, because she's going to move across. So Lindstrom's moving forward. So she's now got goal side of Deanna Cooper, and they have a little bit of a tussle, but it's fair, nothing wrong with it. And of course, we can see that Cataldo's now moved across. Now, Lindstrom, when she gets into the box, she's pulled the ball back, and you're thinking, wait a minute, there's nobody there. Why is she pulling the ball back? It's weird, it's strange, it's a bit of a weird one, you're thinking, right? Aren't you? So as the play develops, you're thinking, there's still nobody there. That's a poor pass. Why she not got the shot on? Still no one there. But then Aslani comes into the picture, and you have to say, this is an outstanding world-class assist, because she's pulled it back with nobody there, and pulling it back where Aslani's still good few 15-20 yards away from the ball. It's an incredible assist, world class. And if Newcastle are compete against this in this division, my God. As Aslani takes the shot, Claudia Mourn's got no chance. She puts it in the corner. But who's marking Aslani? She's free inside the box. Yes, it's a world-class assist that's made the goal, which is incredible. But who's not followed Aslani on? Because if you switch off at the slightest moment, that'll allow her to get the shot on. She's a world-class player. Yes, Newcastle probably might not come up against many world-class players in this division, but she slots home to put the equaliser in. And so, Joe, we'll look at the opposition goal there. Do you just think, do you know what, that's an incredible assist, fair play? Or do you look at it and pinpoint and say, Lycia's give the ball away, Demi's too far in advance, we've been stretched? How do you look at that?
Right, for me, I've done this on the All for Woeful podcast after the match, and again, I've said this to everyone I speak to. Too many people are talking about Aslani. Not enough people are talking about the awareness, the positioning, and the skill of Lindstrom there. Lindstrom's skill, our awareness to know to be able to pull that ball back. And it's not a matter of looking up and knowing our player's coming. It's a matter of knowing what they've done in practice, knowing what they've done in training. She's got that trust for our player to be running in that position, whether she's passed a marker, whether she's been unmarked. Aslani just knows our player's there, and she's had the ability, not around two amateur players either, to pull that ball back and slot it where everyone's looking, like you said in the analysis league. Were you passing the ball? No one's there. You're passing it to no one. It's stupid. And then Aslani out of absolutely nowhere, Randy Orton style, out of nowhere, finished it. It was fantastic. I hate to big up them so much, but honestly, if I could take any London City Lioness player, and I know it would push one or two favourites out of place, I'd take Lindstrom all day long, just based on that assist. She had for me personally, that whole game, a player of the match, Lindstrom. She was phenomenal at pace, at positioning. She was always making fantastic passes. She is a phenomenal player, and I would love for Newcastle to go in for her, without doubt. I know, sorry, Johnny. I know, I'm so sorry, but I'll also say Johnny. But it's a one of those. It's a one of those. The assist is just nothing short of, like you said, like world class. It really was. And look, our mistakes. I get them. I was very critical, and it was actually you who broke the goal down to us and put me to stop blaming Demi Stokes so much. Sorry, Demi, if you see this, I'm sorry. I did put a lot of blame on you.
Shame.
My apologies.
Shame.
Shame is.
Shame.
It's a team fault. If you want to be harsh and critical, it's a team fault, and all we can do is learn from that. And one thing that this team does really well is learn and get better. We've done it before.
I think, yes, you can pinpoint this earlier on in the play. I think you just got to say, do you know what? That was incredible. Because if that was the men's football, it'd be on Match of the Day and like over and over, one assist. So that was Kevin De Bruyne. They'll be like all over it. You know what I mean? That was incredible. Yeah. So in terms of Newcastle, I kind of mentioned it before we played the clip, was that the high press, especially in the first half. Obviously, Jazz nicks the ball, runs forward, plays Shania. And yes, it's a slightly heavy touch, but she gets away and puts it in. Do you see Newcastle doing that this weekend?
Yes, I feel like one thing that, not to overlook Sheffield at all, I understand Sheffield's going to bring game to it, right on it. However, no one can comprehend what it's like to step inside Kingston Park when it's got them stands full, and we've seen how many season tickets have been sold. I think we're going to go out there this weekend, and players like Jazz McQuaid are going to go, I'm not just going to replicate what I did there. I'm just not going to show my quick thinking and my ability to level up so quickly into a championship player, which I'm sorry, but she showed that last week, 2 weeks ago. It's horrible saying that. 2 weeks ago, she showed that she is a championship player at the very least. Players like her are going to go out there and they're going to show off. Players like Alicia Body, Charlotte Potts, they're not going to have a subpar game when they've stood at Kingston Park and they've got everyone screaming and banging the drums at them. No chance. It is going to be a beautiful occasion where our players really are going to be able to make passes, space, the high press. I love the high press. Oh, the high press.
We'll come to that later then with the high press. So you think you will. I think we will as well, but we'll come to Sheffield United in a minute. But a couple of comments. Obviously, people loving Joe's singing there. So Thomas and Causey in the comments there. Thomas has also gone to say, remember the start of last season, it was similar. Loads of new players. Took a while to settle down. Yes, you're great point that. And we clipped and started whooping everybody. It's all positive though. Many selection headaches. And obviously, Johnny's in the comments up before saying, when did Joe turn into a London City fan? And of course, Sheffield United Women have had some issues behind the scenes in the summer. ... Says Johnny Boy. So before we talk about coming up to the obviously the second round, which Newcastle didn't really feature, we had quite a bit of news, and I opened my eyes a little bit and went, wow, a 3-year contract for an existing player. That is something unheard of Newcastle United Women. It's the first time, I believe. I don't think any existing player has been awarded this long of a contract. We'll talk about Alicia Body in a minute and what it means and stuff like that. But she's obviously penned a new deal. You can see your comments there. Obviously, she's delighted that she signed a contract at this club. It's a place I want to be and a club I want to excel with. To sign a long-term contract is very rewarding. I'm so proud, especially being in a club so close to home for me. It's an amazing feeling. I feel at home here, given that the way that we play football and the way Newcastle United is as a club. Everything here matches my ambitions, and that's for the whole club. The desire win here is huge, so staying here for such a long time is exciting. And of course, then Becky has had her say, and Becky's gone on to say about her, Alyssa is a bright northeast talent, and she has thrived with us. She's one of the standout performers in our first match of the season. She's very driven, focused, and has a vicious drive to her training and day-to-day life as a footballer. I'm very hopeful that Alicia and I will share the journey to the WSL and beyond together. That last sentence, Joe. Yeah. That last sentence. I'm very hopeful that Alicia and I will share the journey to the WSL and beyond. It's not a statement, but we can do this.
Yeah. It's basically Becky Langley and Alicia Body becoming Woody and Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, they didn't want to stay still.
Nah, they don't, and it's massive for me. And what I want to take away from this signing, right? I said it quite quickly, is someone's trying to buy her. Someone's trying to take her in
Reckon?
the summer. Yeah, I think someone's trying to take Alyssa Body in the summer, and they'd be daft not to. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was the likes of some sort of Super League team or something. Like, but someone has tried to buy Alicia Body, and that's why we've went, okay then, you just want to try that? Alicia, come here. There's a lovely, lovely, juicy contract for you. Get that signed. Alicia has looked at the contract and went, you know what? That is lovely, lovely, as that Joe Kenjo would say. And I'm going to sign that contract. Thank you very much. But the fact that Becky said that about, it's about a statement about her being, like, a statement about unapologetically ambitious for the club again. And it's like, yeah, Becky wants to go to the Champions League. Becky wants to go to Milan. Becky wants to go to Barcelona. Like, Becky wants to do this, and she wants to do it with players like Alicia Body, and she sees the potential in the future. She knows what a player she's got. I mean, how old's Alicia? 20, 21, 22?
I think she's just turned 20. I'm sure she was a teenager when we signed her.
Maybe even. I could be wrong. Course, you'll probably correct us in the comments, no doubt. He loves to correct me. But no, she's fantastic. And you think about in the past when Becky's had to get rid of players, you know, you look recently, you've got Anna Soulsby, in the past, Lauren Robson playing at Middlesbrough, you likes of Beth Guy, Tyler Dodds. That was a sad one, Tyler Dodds.
Naomi
It's kind of crazy. Naomi, that was the one that absolutely devastated me. It really did, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's 20. Cheers, Thomas. Cheers. You've definitely redeemed yourself, mate. 20.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of things to come now with contracts.
Yeah.
Because we've never seen this. Obviously, we knew through Amber, her family. I'll say I'm trying not to get anyone into trouble. That Amber signed a 2-year deal when she signed, which was kept quiet. But this is the first time that an existing player has got this long of a term of a deal. And I think it's just a sign of things that will happen, because you see it in the higher leagues. Players get 5-year deals and so on. And obviously this transfer fees, yes, they're nowhere near the levels of the men, of course. Not. I think the world record fee is, I think it's over back in America now for something like 650,000. I might be wrong on that. It's not much. Obviously there was talk about Kira Walsh coming back to Arsenal for 950,000, I believe, which is still pennies in the men's game. But it's growing the women's football, and obviously contracts. You know, it's a fantastic thing for her, and I think she is the future. Obviously, all the lasses nickname her Grealish and all this, and because she wears her socks and all that, and
a tiny little shin pads. That is
yeah,
something. If you get a chance, look at them shins, and just you'll see this tiny little thing. And it's honestly, Alicia Body's got some of the smallest shin pads
in the world. Yeah. I'm going to just read out a couple of comments before they go, because Johnny just said Body is most important player for Newcastle United Women. She's the key in that midfield. Cosey's gone out and say, if I had to name one player that was worthy of the 3-year deal, it'll be Alicia. She's right up there at the top of that list. I can see her in an England shirt soon, and she's also going to take us to the Super League. And Thomas has referred back to the London City games, and the London City were formidable rather. We did really well to get a draw. Hoy Kelly in there to dictate the game and will hurt any team, especially with Sibley and Bodley. Everscare. That's a word I cannot pronounce. Everscarating the opposition.
Eviscerating.
Oh, that is a big name.
Yeah, ladies and gents, that proves, right, I'm not just an idiot, right? I've got knowledge up here. So Johnny, shh.
Sam Mullen, I would know what that means.
I would. Sam's a learned guy.
Yeah.
So
Body is 20, and 19 when we're saying at 20 now. Yeah, spot on. I think it's brilliant. I think so. What's the next for her then, Jordan? Because she signed this new deal, 3-year deal. What does she need to add to her game? Obviously, we know she's got talent, but if she wants to go and be an England player, for me, she has to score goals.
Yeah, she needs to start.
As much as she's brilliant at dictating the play, putting her foot in, spraying it, for me, go and get up to 10 goals a season. I think that'd be unbelievable if she could do that.
Or if she becomes on the occasion goal scorer, maybe it's 5 to 7 each season, but becomes very much a regular, and you mentioned it before, very much a regular Kevin De Bruyne type assist, where your odds on Kevin De Bruyne or Alicia Body getting an assist in the game are terrible, because it happens nearly every single game. I think that's the next big things for her, being able to link up with her team, and really show that she's got that assist ability, that she's got that long range ability in her. You're just seeing Causey there, a few more goals, take a few more shots from outside the box. Yeah, definitely. I think she's got the ability to really step into like a lioness role, especially at that age. Just keep doing what you're doing, mostly, Alicia. It's all coming. She's going to get more assists this season. Her and Hayles are going to link up, and she's going to get more shots. That shot's going to get more finessed, and it's already not far off being a goal scoring strike. So
I think she's a future England player.
Yep.
I also think she's the future captain of Newcastle United if she stays.
Yes. I know. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Because I think she'll grow into that role, and it's
Mhm.
just she's only a bairn, she's only a kid in the modern football. She's only just turned 20. Do you know what I mean? She's got a lot of trajectory just to go that way. It's going to go up. It's only going to go one way up as well. Thomas says, "Class show, lads. Thank you very much, Thomas. It's great to have an outlet for me. I went to every home game last season and a couple of away games, but I can't convince any of my mates to get involved. Black and white for me, Thomas.
Thomas, do you know what? Right,
I
you
got
and
away. I got
anyone.
away a lot myself.
I say, look. Anyone watching this, if your mates won't come to Kingston Park with you, sack them off. Right? Sack your mates off and just come and meet me and Lee, and that will be your mates now. Just sack your mates off. Come to Kingston Park. You don't need them.
I'll give an example. Normally I drive everywhere, but London City Liners I didn't. I seen Emma. I seen Sarah at the airport. I seen a couple of others. I've forgotten the names as well. I seen Kev. Me and Kev basically just hung out all day because we're going the same way, and we just hung out and all that and firing hundreds and hundreds of stats. I think it gives Matt Walby a run for his money, mind.
Yeah.
Imagine them two on a quiz show. Oof, you don't want to be against them two. But yeah, we went through all the carry on of trying to get the game back, and you just bump into people and you mix with people. And even when I got there, I just thought, right, I'm going to go to the side, and I seen Angela was there munching on the chips, and Cody was there. Alan in my ear. Shouting all through the game. I was like, friggin' hell, should I move? But no, it was funny. It was funny. Referee, man! All the time, constantly. It's quite funny. But these are the little things that you pick up as you go to away games because you start to see them on a regular basis. I've got no problems getting on my own. Then I'll just talk to anybody. I think, Joe, you're similar to me. So,
No, I don't like talking to people, mate.
no, you just like, oh, yeah, I'm Julie. Ref, aye, cause he says. Um, Second round of results, of course, last weekend, Newcastle didn't have any fixtures. So all eyes were across the league, what was going on. And now the league is, I wouldn't say taking shape just yet, but a couple of things I've noticed, Joe. Durham,
Yeah.
that's a great 3-0 away from home. 2 wins out of 2, and not many people expected them to get off to such a good start.
I did. I said this on the All for Woeful podcast, and everyone was shocked that I think Durham are going to be a contender for the title this season. And everyone was a bit like,
You really
what?
think that, though?
I genuinely think that, mate. I genuinely think Durham are in a position where they've got a team that they've built up for a while, and they've got a great chemistry about them that it's hard to deny them that they're not going to be contenders. They're going to be sitting in the top 4, I think, by the end of it. I really do.
And Charlton have got 2 wins from 2 as well. Birmingham City, after their 5-0 win, could only manage to draw away. The Mackhams getting beat 3-0. So that's 5-0 and 3-0 in the space of 2 games. That's 8. You basically minus 8.
What happened to the Mighty Black Cat?
And Portsmouth obviously haven't started either, so they've only just come up. And do you think Sunderland have a real risk of going down?
I don't. I would love to just sit here and go, aye, definitely they're going down and we're going up. It's simple as that. No, I don't think Sunderland, I think they've just got off to a bad start. I think what they need to do, and it's something I said on a post a couple of months ago when people were like, oh, what would you rather, Newcastle United to win the derbies or win the league? And I was like, I think it goes hand in hand. I think if Sunderland were to get to the game with us and lose, that's a real detriment for the season. Or if they've not won and they get our game and they lose or they draw, it's a real it's a real detriment for them. But I don't think they're going to be going down. I think they might be in a battle, but 2 games. It's early days.
It is. We've only played the one, haven't we? We're mid-table. Yeah. London City Lionesses have won. I was messaging you, wasn't it, all week, saying, look, I wonder how they're going to get on their next game, because obviously they've played against a side that many people fancy. Newcastle be up there, London City to be up there. They've won 2-1 away from home, so they're on 4 points. They've already got Newcastle out the way. So you've also got to look at them as well. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on all results this weekend, which leaves me lovely onto this weekend's fixture. Charlton look like the team to beat. That's an interesting from NSI. Hadaway, man, ref. Hello, ref! Alan as well, yeah. I might just do that when I see him. Ref! Alan! Clue 3 is going to come up before we talk about the weekend and start getting your answers in. Come on. We'll remind go on, Joe. We'll remind everybody of clue 1.
So, clue number 1 for Who Am I? This Newcastle United player or staff has appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times. Clue number 2. They are currently a staff or player who supports Newcastle United. Who am I? Clue number 3 is they signed last summer. So it could be a player or a staff who is at the club currently and supports Newcastle United. They signed last summer and they've appeared on the channel a few times. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got your clues.
I
Who
think people
is
who watch
this?
us will know that now. Who watch the
Yeah,
women's stuff will know that now because that kind of gives it away. I think that last clue.
yeah.
So appeared on on ours a few times. So that obviously indicates that it's a player because now we've signed her last summer. Um, yeah, no, I won't give any more clues. If people haven't guessed, we'll leave it again. We'll give another one off the record. But going into this weekend, we're going to have a look at the lineups. And Joe, I have to pick on you a little bit, don't I?
You do,
What
just a little. Just a
what
little.
happened to your predicted lineup for London City Lionesses? How
I,
many did you get right? You got 8 right. What happened?
I
You got 3 wrong.
look. When I messaged Becky and told Becky, I was like, "Yeah, Becky, this is the lineup you need to play." And she was like, "Don't worry, I'll sort it out, Kenja. I'll get it sorted for you, mate." I was like, "Yeah, spot on." And then I messaged her on the day, and she's blanked us. She hasn't even replied to us. Like, Becky, what's going on? Like, how I sorted out, man. So it's Becky's fault.
You're blaming Becky for that. So you got 3 wrong. So Joe's out again. So I got only 1 wrong. So I got 10 out of 11. Get in 1-0. So we'll have a little battle this season how many we get. But Joe, look at this cartoon character for people who are watching online. I've made a cartoon of Joe. Let me know if you think that resembles Mr. Kenja. They're representing the NFTV hoodie, if you want to call it that, or jacket, whatever.
I
Um,
think his
go
hair's
on.
not as good as mine, really. Like I said that straight away. I think his hair's a bit too messy. Mine's usually a bit nicer and like a little man bun, you know, with the Roman Reigns kind
Find
of
a
cheek.
man bun, that's AI. Maybe AI needs to update itself.
I'll let you off then.
Who knows? Explain your lineup then. So you've only gone for 1 change, haven't you? No, is it 2?
Yes.
No, you've gone for 2
Oh,
changes since we played
two,
London
because
City Lionesses.
yes. So I think the back four is going to be as it is. Have you done us over again? Did I not say Stokes again? Hold on a minute.
No, you changed your mind. You said what, didn't you?
I'm just
I'm,
double checking this.
I'm
But
pretty sure.
regardless, right? So we've got body. My main change that I was focused on was Emma Kelly. Emma Kelly didn't start at London City Lionesses or feature because she has been injured. I think it's about time because and someone, I think it was Thomas, already said it in the chat that we missed Emma Kelly at London City Lionesses, and I would agree. I think our whole ability to ping the ball in, to put pressure on, to also drop back into that like a central defensive position. I think Emma Kelly's the big one this time round, to make a big impact and a big change, providing that she's fit. I would like to see that, and I just want to see as well. Yes, indeed, I have my graphic in front of me, and I did see Stokes, my good friend. So
You have plus dogs.
not Cooper, it's Stokes. It's Stokes I had at the back. Yeah.
Give us your back 4 again.
My back four is, and I've just lost it. It is Stokes, Cataldo, Potts, Watt.
Yeah, so I've just not read that properly. Weren't we doing this like after clocked as well? Because now we're like with voice
Yeah.
notes.
It was
You
2 o'clock in the
you
morning.
think Cooper's going to be dropped?
I don't think she's going to start. No,
Do
I
you?
think she'll come on second half. Look, one thing I think what is going to happen here at Kingston Park is, provided the game is strong and it's a good performance by the second half, we're going to bring on a lot more players then to give them a show out in front of the fans, to give Demi Stokes
Go on,
that time on.
He's giving some stick in the comments. Go on.
Cataldo picked up a knock, so I would expect Joel to come and
Last sentence.
Come on. Will you chill? Will you chill? You chill, Causey, right? You don't know what's going on, man. Trust us. This is the plan, the strategy to this. All right, and it's going to be the morale chase. You bring Demi Stokes on in the second half. If we're in a draw, people are going to buzz. That's a lioness coming on. People are going to buzz. Not Demi Stokes. Yeah, Cooper coming on. She's done a job. She comes on. She's going to do fantastic. Olivia Watt's a fan favourite. Leah Cataldo, fan favourite. We're going to be singing the songs. It's you chill, Joe, man. You chill, man. Trust me. Yo, Causey, come on. Come on, we're
If
not
people are
having a
listening, we are having a bit of banter with people in the comments. I just have to reference that for the
I
audio.
sorry for anyone's audio. It is Causey of Causey Coaches, who is giving me a little bit of gypsy and telling me to chill and saying not having Cooper dropped. But I don't think it's a matter of dropping her. I think she'll get away games and stuff like
But
that. I think
it is dropping now just because
I know.
if she's got no injury. Just ignore the graphic because I have kept London City Lionesses on. I have made these graphics like 3 a.m, by the way.
Yeah.
So here's my start lineup, bringing the goods. Yeah, we're gone. So ignore the London City Lionesses. That's not meant to be there. But my lineup, I think it's just the one change, which I have. Have I done the one? No changes, man. There was no changes. If
No,
you remember,
you didn't change no.
um, I don't think there'll be any changes at all, even if Emma Kelly comes back. I seen the training photos earlier and I didn't see her in them. So
Yeah.
I don't think she'll start. Maybe I should message Steve. He's commented on one of my posts earlier. He's Adar. So yeah, I think it'll be unchanged. I think it'll be the back four. I think it'll be the same four Cross and McQuaid's given the license to go and support Andrews. If there was to be the change, if he forces to Joe, I would probably say Kelly for fairness. If Kelly is fit, but I just don't think she makes it.
That's a big one for me. And it's no diss to Rachel Furness. I know she watches a lot of her stuff and stuff like and such. It's no diss to Rachel Furness. I think she's going to do a brilliant job this season. But I just see Rachel Furness has been a power substitute this season. I really do. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I love a good super sub, and I think Rachel Furness is that. But regardless, Furness starting would be a massive, massive, massive boost. And obviously, you've went for the same formation as well. You do think that body's going to play that defensive midfield role again.
Yeah, but getting forward a little bit more. I think if Fairness plays alongside, I think she'll sit more. But similar to the same as 2 weeks ago, I do. But the bench is very strong, and if people come off the bench once more and make an impact like Izzy did, if she does that again, for example, then you're looking at it thinking, well, wait a minute, she's impressed. Or if someone comes off the bench and scores, I think you've got to look at the squad is that strong. And Liv Watt, for me, what was she? Should have been. She get player of the year, didn't she? Last season. She can't. She just wasn't in the starting lineup. It's mental, isn't it? It is. It is. So it's strength and depth which we have, and obviously you've got to name a 25 woman squad. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens when the team gets announced around about 1:30 on Sunday afternoon. But it's going to be emotional, isn't it, Joe? Because Colin is going to be remembered, and obviously we've talked about quite a lot how much Colin means. I am going to be posting on the women's Facebook group the interview with Colin that me and Johnny did down in our office, because I just think it shows his passion, what he does for photography, women's football, grassroots as well. So I'm posting that so people who haven't seen it, it just shows him when he was still going through struggles of cancer, but still wanting to come in and, oh, Liam, I'm a bit worried, you know what he's like, you know what he's like. But we talk fully about like why does it, why he's passionate. I don't think many people have seen it, so that's going to be shared on the women's Facebook group tomorrow. But Colin, yeah, it's going to be very, very emotional. I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I don't know if I'll be able to hold myself together, because I quite openly admitted that I was really upset when I found out. We already had one of the podcasts scheduled to go out on that Monday. And then on Japan, on his day of his funeral, I just was in tears. And obviously I'm ahead of years as well. And yeah, it was just all over the place. And then yeah, it's gonna be emotional with whatever it is. I know there's a few things planned. I don't want to spoil it for too much because we know a little bit, but I don't want to spoil it for two people. But what a man, what a legend.
It's one of those which I think I said it a few weeks ago, that when I think about the first game at Kingston Park, and I think about all the people I'm going to see, I list them in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm going to see Pete, I'm going to see Corsey, I'm going to see Angela, I'll probably see Sue, see Colin, and that feeling hits us again, and it's going to be one of those that's actually going to be like you say, holding yourself together. I'm finding it a bit hard now. It's going to be one of those that when it comes to it on Sunday, like, he was a massive part of match days. He was always there. He was always running about on the sidelines, talking to us, talking to the fans, talking to the kids, giving them all fist bumps. One of the first things you would look for on a match day, and one of the first people Emmy would look for on a match day as well. Like, it's going to be mad. she actually said it the other day. She asked her, was like, "Oh, will we see the man who takes a picture?" I was like, "No, Colin." She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Remember, you know?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah." She's that's
But you know
sad.
what? It is sad as well because a lot of the kids probably don't know
Yeah,
as well. But look, it's going to be hopefully it's more of a celebration of his life. Obviously, I know Bernie's back, and she will be singing her heart out for him. Easy for me to say. No doubt a few people will join in as that as well. We'll mention it on video. We're still keeping our tribute on the lineups of men and women's. The Colin Lock lineup, and obviously there'll be something on screen. I know Dave, who's close to us too, is doing something as well. He's had something to live out. I don't want to give too much away, but there's quite a bit happening. Obviously, Cozy in the comments, Angela's behind the scenes as well. So it's going to be quite an emotional afternoon. It is, and anybody who's next to me is going to have to hold me and say, "Lee, are you alright?" Because I will be all over the place. I'll pretend I'm alright, but I know I won't be. I know I won't be. So, Johnny, you're in the comments. If I'm next to you, you need to look after me on
yeah,
Sunday. And I'm not just saying the joke, and I'm genuinely mean that as well. So we'll mention him again on Sunday. But on Sunday, the game is streamed.
Oh,
Yes. Now there was a lot of debate. Would it be streamed? Are Newcastle allowed to stream every game? Then I don't think they're allowed every game, but every so often I think they've got to get the league's permission. There was a lot of rules involved this year, even for us as media, fan media, whatever you want to call it. But the main thing is that people can't get the game. It's streamed, and I think it's so important, Joe, because you're getting like 35,000 live streams and stuff like this, watching it back, and it's highlighting, it's promoting the women's game.
yeah. My parents, my dad, and my stepmom are they're disabled and they can't really get out much, and my dad doesn't leave the house much, and anyways, and now last season he was loving it. Usually I would get back from a match, he'd be like, "Oh, how did it go? Who played well?" Now I'm getting back from a match and he'd be like, "Hey, Joe, that such and such was a bloody brilliant player the day, wasn't she?" And I'd be like, "Aye." And then my stepmom would be like, I loved Katie Barker on the wing." You know, they're getting to watch it, and it's increasing that whole reach of the game for the lasses, and everyone knows Newcastle is a footballing city, so to be able to watch it on demand is great. But also to have Jody Bartle, Jody Bartle.
Do you know what? Do you know what? You know what's said funny as well? Do you know how I was mentioning I've switched teams and everything at work
Yeah,
and stuff? I won't mention his first name, obviously, because I'll get into trouble. But we've got a lad with the same surname, and I do that past him. I'll mention his first name. I can't past him.
it's funny because that came from Jody herself. She was the one who called herself John Cena, and she now is John Cena.
I did that to him, and he goes, "What you doing?" I'm a bit, but yeah. So it's good, and it's going to be live streamed for people who can't get the game. But obviously there's still content from us. We have to change our ways as well. I'm quite happy to admit that is that we can't film any match footage if we are part of the media. So we're going to mix it up. So stay tuned. There will be some reactions to the goals. Cameras pointed to us this time, kind of similar, like not a watch long, but a very much shortened down. We're only going to get the best bits. So because the Wi-Fi isn't always great at Kings Park, away days we'll open it up because me and Joe had a lot of fun. And I said Old Trafford, it wasn't the Leigh Sports Village and Forest away, and even me and Johnny's the Portsmouth one, St James Park. We had a lot of fun just being commentators for a watch along whilst you're there. Something authentic whilst you're there. So watch it. It's going to be on. I don't know what time it starts, but you'll see the countdown on their YouTube. But we've the press conference are totally changing as well. There's no one-on-one interviews. It's a press conference room as well, so that'll be different for us. So everyone's adapting. You can't drink pints at your seat. That's different. You've got allocated seating. We won't get into what if he comes over here. We won't get into that. Because
I'm sitting in the goal, me, and if anyone standing comes into the goal, I swear to God,
yeah,
getting it.
there's a lot of silly questions on social media. Put it that way. I'll be polite in saying that because they're getting a little bit silly now. But obviously, it's about Colin. Johnny's mentioned only one Colin Lock because he's gone out and said there'll never be anyone quite like Colin. The photos and memories he's captured for me will last a lifetime, and I'm sure there'll be the same for so many. I think Joe, you'll echo that because obviously you and Emmy, it's the same pose, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's the same pose every single time. I've already spoken to Gavin McNally, and he's gonna get amongst it where he can. I'm like, Mint.
You should, because I think that's a door to be opened potentially.
Yeah.
We're seeing with Aaron, he's been took on by the club. So, what over Cataldo for me? Cataldo is a pure warrior. I love her, but what sliding, tackling, and marking is immense. Interesting to see if she can step up. That reminds me a little bit of Lewis Hall and Lloyd Kelly, where if Cataldo and Watt are playing for the same position, it's quite similar to the men, where it's Hall and Kelly, whereas Hall is the one who wants to get forward, like Cataldo, and the other one, obviously Lewis, is similar to Watt, because Watt doesn't really bomb up this year, so interesting that one.
I looked at that comment at first from Thomas, and I'll just say, Thomas, at first I was about to get like, whoa, yeah, Thomas, what are you talking about? But then I looked at it again, it's like, that is another fantastic problem to have, isn't it? Picking between them two. Mid.
It's a wonderful, wonderful problem.
Oh, it's lovely, lovely.
Sam and John. Johnny, I can't even speak now. I've just done a 12-hour shift. I'm like, I'm calling him Sammy. I'm calling him John. Sam and Johnny having a go at each other in the live chat. Some things never change. Most of the live streams, these usually have an end with a song, because he wants a song. And then Johnny's gone to see Sam go to NUFC women home games.
Don't recall ever seeing him at one. No, I think I've seen him at one. Certain I've seen him at one.
When he got press access, he's been to the one in St James's Park, but he's going to some of the away ones. I know he's at Birmingham. He is doing the Birmingham one as well, which I'll be doing for that one. So we'll go back to the clues before we start wrapping up. If you're still watching on Twitch and YouTube, drop us a like. Come on, help out here. There's a lot that goes into these shows, a lot of pre-planning. It's not just a blank stream that reads out comments. Yes, it's interactive, but let's be honest, it's boring if people just keep doing that. So we'll let you make it interactive. But Joe, remind everybody, get your comments in if you can guess who.
So, clue number one for Who Am I? I have appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times.
Who is that? Who is that?
Clue number two for Who Am I? I am a current staff or player who supports Newcastle United.
So being on Newcastle Fans TV, Joe.
Yep.
Current staff member or player who supports the tune.
Yep. And then to narrow it down even more, I signed last summer. So that narrows it down to a player.
It does very much. That last clue drops it, because Tyler Dodds isn't here anymore. So who signed last summer? That's a Toon fan, basically. There's your clues. We'll just see if anyone gets it before we wrap up. Joe, are you doing any plans for what's your vlog style this weekend? Because obviously we've got a little bit of restrictions. Anything for our viewers?
So for me personally, I mean, we spoke about it back end of last season. A lot of my vlogs had become very fan orientated. Yeah. So this season, I'm going to be looking out for a lot of you fans coming over and having words with you again, seeing your opinions on how the season's going so far, your favourite players. We'll see loads of regulars. You'll see Causey, you'll see Pete, you'll see Matt, you'll see Bernie, you'll see all sorts of people like that. But I want to get some new people on as well. I know we've got a lot of characters out in them stands. Come over, talk to us, tell us you've got something to say. And I'm going to be very much focused on what's going on in the stands. I know me and you have been talking about the start of the vlogs, like getting there a bit earlier and going somewhere.
I'll be there early, 12:30. I'll be there early.
Getting around and doing something different. We've got a lot of ideas coming forward for our vlogs to change up.
Pink, we've got the pink coming up.
Yes, we've got the pink. We've got all sorts. I'm testing out a lot of stuff down at North Shields with my vlogs at North Shields. And I'm going to bring a lot of that to the women's games as well, because it's getting good reception there, and I think all you guys are going to love it. So just stay tuned. We've got a lot of new stuff as well. I've been upgrading loads of gear. I've got a fancy new camera.
8K camera. What?
8K this bad boy is. It doesn't work. It works 8K this side, but not much actually supports 8K right now, so we'll stick to the 4K.
Speak of the devil.
Gavin McNally. Oi.
It sounds like someone from Stacey, what do you call Gavin? Stacey, isn't
Gavin
it?
Stacey. What is that because he called Gavin? Obviously.
That's only the reference I've got. Who's anything? Gavin's, I don't know. Because isn't she Welsh, the woman?
I think so. Did you just say he's on? No, Sam, I did not. Let's get that.
Demonetized. No, he has fresh new equipment.
I've got fresh gear like these.
I think it's always important to try and upgrade, so fair play. So Gav's just saying I'll be starting from the stands as usual, but don't expect to get pitch side again away. So there'll be definitely something from me at least. So keep an eye on Gav. He takes ones of me and Joe as well as many other fans as well. He got us down London as well, so it's a great photo of Becky leaning over, talking to her, which is great. Obviously, that'll stay off the record. So that was fantastic. He snapped her there, which is great. And Sam's bit back to Johnny saying, "Does Johnny go to Wickens?" Yeah, you would think these two have another podcast to go on.
Yeah. Hey, who edits videos?
Don't get that started. You'll upset Johnny. Speaking of Johnny, he's also there at Kingston Park this Sunday, part of me and Johnny with NFTV Press. So we'll be there doing the changes. Sam, he'll probably be watching home. Joe obviously has got the band. You bring the band, aren't you?
Oh yes, me and Emmy are returning. We have season tickets, and he has a big one for you all. Guess who two people are sitting next to each other this season? Me and Bernie.
Imagine
Oh
it.
yeah.
Imagine it. Do you know where it is?
What was he?
Is it far from the media where we are? Where we'll be?
Just down for. Do you know where Bernie sat last season?
Aye.
Exact same place.
I used to just pin down, and she'll get up and goes, "Get loud enough!" and proper shout everything.
Well, usually we do them calls across each other across the stadium. That doesn't need to happen this season. We're just going to be all in my minds. How long did me and Bernie get escorted out of the stadium?
You'll be messaging each other saying, "Right, we need this song this week. We need this one." But no doubt it'll all be about Colin. Of course, it will be. Yeah. But there's lots of us there. We'll have the usual vlog, kind of, with a little bit of a mixture, because we'll have to see how the press conference goes and reactions as well. Dale's not there this weekend, so Dale will be there, and probably whenever he's got some work problems. I will not go into it. But good to see the women's back, and obviously lots of stuff coming up the channel as well. I'm down Fulham. That's going to be fun. Coming back up for the women on Sunday, and then back down to Wimbledon. Me and Sam are down for that one, so that's going to be fun. Trying to get out of Wimbledon, getting home, getting work the next day. So yeah, this is what we do. We will be at every game possible, and no other channel does as many as us. Anything you want to add to that?
No, look, it's going to be excellent. I'm preparing to fulfill Sam's request, looking like a bit of a Noel Gallagher from Wish Ya. But, no, I'm happy with everything we've done. I can't wait to get cooking this Sunday. I'm excited to get it all started. Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
I was just giving you some magic twinkle there. I thought you were going to...
No. We'll reveal who am I first, eh?
Yes, I was just about to leave that, you know. Nobody seems to have got it.
Someone did get it actually earlier.
I seen it earlier, but nobody as of yet got it. So who am I? Just for people who are tuning in. Go on, Joe.
Appeared on Newcastle Fans TV a few times. Clue number 1.
Who am I? Clue number 2.
A current staff or player who supports Newcastle United.
It's definitely not Beth Guy.
Not Beth Guy.
Well done.
Clue number 3. I signed last summer. Who am I?
Who is she? Who is she? That's off what do you call it? Big Brother. What do you call her, man? Nikki. For years ago.
The small blonde lass.
Who is she?
Yeah. Who is she?
Yeah. Sadly, I think she passed away. I'm sure she did. She did. Let's reveal, shall we? Who is it?
Drum roll, please. We've stopped the animator. She knows exactly what we need. Yes, Amber Keegan Stobbs. Well done, Sam. I see you got that at the end there, and well done. I think it was Ensenya. I don't know. I might be getting it a bit wrong there. I seen you as well.
Yeah, so we'll keep that little quiz going every women's pod as well. Who am I? Where you try and guess. Maybe, Sam, if you're watching, you can implement something similar. You're sure if you want to pinch some ideas. But yes, it is Amber Keegan Stobbs. Obviously, we're going to wrap up. If you're watching on YouTube, please drop us a like. If you're listening on audio, if you can drop us a 5-star, that'd be wonderful. If you're watching on Twitch, is it subscribe on Twitch? Is that what you say?
Yeah, subscribe on Twitch.
That's same thing. Oh wait, there we go. That's it. No, I'm fine. Say Sam.
and then just to sing it out, by request of Sam, written by Michael Corwood. Ooh, baby, do you know what she's worth? At least your body is the best on earth. Geordie, she's just what we need. She's gonna take us to the Super League. Toon, come on. Let's get this. How are the lasses? I can't wait. I'm getting really excited now. Come on.
Want to go a bit faster?
Eh?
It'll
probably have to go faster.
1, 2.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, baby, do you know what she's with? Alicia Body is the best on earth. Adopted Geordie, she's just what we need. She's going to take us to the Super League.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Come on.
So there we go. You got a slow version and a fast version. Sam Mulliner.
Like and subscribe and give
You've got to like
everything.
You've got to like that.
Come on.
We shall leave you, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Sunday.